So, if you own a home in Hardin Valley, you know you're sitting on something valuable. But here's the thing, in a market this hot, how do you really make sure you're getting every last penny it's worth when you sell? Well, that's exactly what we're going to break down. We're going to look at the key strategies to boost your home's value, all based on what buyers in this area are looking for right now. Okay, so here's the game plan. First up, we're going to try and solve what I call the Hardin Valley puzzle. You know, why two houses that look almost the same sell for totally different prices. Then we'll get into the practical stuff, starting with that all-important first impression, curb appeal. From there, we'll head inside to talk about modernizing your space, and we'll zero in on the two rooms that really sell a house, the kitchen and the bathroom. And to wrap it all up, we'll talk strategy, because it's not just about making it look good, it's about selling smart. All right, let's dive right into this. We're starting with the big mystery in Hardin Valley. And trust me, it's a question that keeps a lot of sellers up at night. I mean, it's kind of crazy when you think about it, right? You've got two homes, maybe even on the same street, same floor plan, same everything on paper, and yet one sells for tens of thousands of dollars more than the other. What in the world is going on there? What's the secret sauce? Figuring that out, that's step one. And you know what it all boils down to? It's not about the stats on paper. It's about the vibe, the feeling. Buyers make decisions with their hearts as much as their heads. They walk in and have this gut reaction, this emotional response. And it's all those little things you can't list on a feature sheet that make all the difference. And when we talk about these little things, these micro factors, look at what they are. We're talking about stuff like, where is the house on the lot? Is it tucked away on a quiet cul-de-sac? Does the backyard feel like a private little oasis? How much sun streams through the windows in the afternoon? See, it's all of these details, one by one, that build up to create that premium feeling that makes a buyer say, yeah, I'll pay more for this one. Okay, so if we know that feeling is the name of the game, where do you even begin? Well, it starts before they even step foot inside. It starts right at the curb. That first impression is absolutely critical, and it's made the second they pull up to your house. And this is just fascinating psychologically. A clean, sharp exterior sends a powerful subconscious message. When a buyer drives up and sees a pristine driveway and a well-kept lawn, their brain immediately jumps to a conclusion. They think, wow, if they took this much care of the outside, the furnace and the roof are probably in great shape too. It's about building trust before they've even rung the doorbell. And the best part? This doesn't mean you have to spend a fortune or hire a huge crew. We're talking about simple, high-impact weekend projects. You know, power wash the siding in the driveway until it shines. Throw down some fresh mulch. It's like a new haircut for your garden beds. A fresh coat of paint on the front door? Huge difference. And updating those old light fixtures? It completely changes the whole look and feel from the street and screams, this home is cared for. All right, so we've wowed them from the curb. They're excited. Now we've got to deliver when they walk through that front door. And here's the real challenge in Hardin Valley. You're not just up against other used homes. No, you're competing with shiny, brand new construction. And that means the expectation for move-in ready is through the roof. So often, it's the little things that scream dated. You know what I'm talking about. That shiny 90s-era brass hardware on all the doors. Swap it out for some modern brushed nickel or matte black. It's a game changer. And those bold, personal paint colors? They've got to go. A single, neutral color flowing through the house makes everything feel cohesive. Same with the flooring. When you have 3 different types of flooring on one level, it just chops up the space. Consistency is key. And here's why this is so important. It's not just about looking good in photos. There's a real strategy here. When you paint with neutral colors and get rid of the clutter, rooms instantly look bigger and brighter. But even more crucial than that, you're giving buyers a blank canvas. You're making it easy for them to mentally move their own couch, their own artwork, their own life into that space. And that's when they start falling in love. Okay, let's get to the big guns, the heavy hitters. If you've only got a limited budget to work with, there are 2 places you should focus your money for the biggest bang for your buck, the kitchen and the bathrooms. Period. This is where you get the highest return on your investment, and it's where you make the biggest emotional connection with a buyer. I just love this phrase, the emotional anchor, because that's exactly what the kitchen is, isn't it? It's the heart of the home. It's where everyone gathers, where life happens. And because of that, buyers connect with this room on a really deep level. A fantastic kitchen can literally sell the entire house. So what are the upgrades that really move the needle in the kitchen? Well, buyers' eyes go right to the countertops. They're looking for things like quartz or granite. A modern backsplash makes a huge statement. And look, even if a full gut job is out of the question, you'd be amazed what a fresh coat of paint on the cabinets can do. Slap on some new hardware, update the light fixture, and boom, it can feel like a whole new kitchen. And hey, the exact same idea applies to the bathrooms. You don't have to tear everything down to the studs. We're talking about quick, smart refreshers. A new faucet and a new mirror can work wonders. A modern light fixture, instant update. And don't underestimate the power of clean. Recaulking the tub and getting that grout sparkling white makes the whole room feel fresh and clean, which is huge for buyers. Okay, so you've done the work. The house looks fantastic inside and out, but we're not done yet. The last piece of this puzzle is the actual selling strategy, because all that hard work doesn't mean a thing if you don't play your cards right at the end. This is how you protect your profit. Now, this is a classic trap that so many sellers fall into. They think, it's just a little leaky faucet, or it's just a little peeling paint, no big deal. But here's the problem. When that stuff shows up on an inspection report, it becomes a huge red flag for the buyer. And that little $100 fix, they're going to use it to ask for a $1,000 credit. It's way smarter to just fix it all up front. It really all comes down to a fundamental shift in your mindset. The common mistake is to overprice the house right out of the gate and just hope. The strategic approach? Price it competitively from day one to get people excited. The common mistake is to ignore all those little repairs. The strategic move? Handle them proactively so they never even become an issue. It's all about being proactive, not reactive. And this might be the most important thing to understand about strategy. The goal of your list price isn't just to be the highest number on the block. The real goal is to set a price that's so compelling it brings in multiple buyers. Because when you have multiple people who want your house, that's when you get leverage. That's when you can negotiate from a position of absolute strength and get the best possible outcome. So, I'll leave you with this question. After hearing all this, take an honest look at your own home. Is it truly positioned to sell for absolute top dollar in today's market? It's definitely something to think about. Thanks so much for tuning in.